Time Magazine. People still read magazines in Time Magazine. So they had a cover with Palmer Luckey, who's the Oculus VR creator. And he's like... He's
skipping on a beach.
He's skipping. His arms are in the air. I don't think he has any socks on, right? He's barefooted.
He's skipping on a beach, man. You don't wear socks on a beach.
I guess Time Magazine's covering the Oculus VR about a year after everyone else is covering it. Shows how up-to-date they are and things with that. And so the internet had a field day with memes and putting him like on horseback, on unicorns and everything.
Well, it's two things. One, the image is funny. And two, I think people wanted to, really rub that one into Time because...
It shows how out of touch they are?
I used to love Time Magazine, but it does show exactly how out of touch they are on a lot of topics.
It's almost like, oh, how quaint. Time Magazine's covering something that's in our realm, the tech realm.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, so why don't you stick with the man of the year and the sexiest man alive? No, it's people.
Do what you're good with.
Yeah, don't mess with this realm. I still think that the jury is out on this entire VR thing. I still think it's out. I think it's way up in the air, especially when it comes to gaming. So we'll see what happens to that. With that, we can talk later about. I think even the price on these are not going to be cheap.
No, we have a Q&A question later, but we can really cover it now. And it's basically, sure. Do we think that VR is going to be a gimmick or is it going to take hold? And my stance since the beginning is it's probably going to be really neat, but it's like, look at it this way: the 3DS, okay, is neat. It's got a gimmick. And most people don't use it. Imagine sitting there for hours with the VR headset on, trying to, like a Morpheus one for the PS4, trying to play something. Eventually, you're going to be like, I just want to look at a fucking flat image.
Yeah.
And I mean,
not just that. This is going to cost at least twice as much as a 3DS. It's going to cost some money.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, gimmick comparisons. Like,
okay.
Eventually, I think people get sick of it. And I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people would probably just go back to the traditional way of gaming.
There's a chance that this could end up like the Google Glass. Remember how the Google Glass was heralded as this big, huge thing?
Oh my God, I forgot about Google Glass.
And the only few times I've seen Google Glass were just worn by middle-aged guys with too much money.
Yeah.
That have it. They have money to play with to spend $1,500. You forgot about it. It's for sale. You can buy it, but no one has it.
And it's kind of a neat concept, but why do you need it?
Why do you need it? And you look like an idiot. At least this you're in your own home. But if it's overpriced, first of all, if it's overpriced, you're cutting out. You got to buy a $500 console, and then you got to buy a $300-$400 piece of headset to wear, to go with it off the bat. You know what I mean?
I don't want to sound like a killjoy on it because I do.
No, it could be cool.
I do think VR is
the X-Men ones. By the way, there's him as Cyclops is funny as hell.
Oh, I've always thought VR is an incredibly neat concept, and I think it still is a neat concept, and I think if done right, it could be a lot of fun. I just don't see it taking over traditional video game playing.
There's one with him being held by Leo on the Titanic.
Oh, I told you earlier that was my favorite one. Yeah, that's the best.
He's on Echo the Dolphin. Randy Orton out of nowhere RKOing him. Him as the Grinch.
I hate the fact that Randy Orton gets credited with the RKO out of nowhere because that was DDP. It should be DDP giving him the diamond cutter.
That's true, but that hasn't happened in 20 years.
True, and I think
out of nowhere was from that was like I think Lawler first said that out of nowhere, like that's where it came from.
And I do think that there was already a Randy Orton out of nowhere meme. So
that meme goes back.
Yeah, so
okay, now, at least
fine.
They're hysterical if you watch them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so we'll see what happens to this with this VR. But Palmer Luckey, you looked very. What's interesting having the creator sort of convey the message of their own product.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird. You never saw like Bill Gates holding up a Windows 95 box, did you? I don't remember that.
No, I think you probably did.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I think
usually,
you did.
Usually you don't want to associate the marketing of a tech with the creator. It's
I think they often do. Like I think in previous stories on tech, they usually show the person in charge. Now they might not show them skipping on a beach, but I mean,
what do you think he was really looking at? When he was doing that,
I feel like it was probably not. I think he was not turned on, and it was in front of a green screen.
I think he was actually doing dance aerobics on the power pad during that. Someone should Photoshop that underneath his feet.